Hello everyone, I'm Anthropomantic Fiend, and I do horror-related things on the internet. Today, as you probably know if you read the title of this video, I am doing a contest entry for my awesome friend CollectorMan. This is his 250 subscriber contest. However, he has recently reached, and I think even passed, 300 subscribers, which I think is fantastic. Huge congrats to him. I have known him for quite a few months now, probably since summer of last year. He collects all things entertainment, including horror, but his range of interests is really broad and he has really great taste. He has a mind-boggling collection and he is just a very nice human being. If you are not subscribed to him, I'm going to link the original contest video in the cards up here somewhere. I'm going to point both directions, so I'll actually be pointing the right place. I cannot be wrong. And I will just be linking his channel down below in the description. So the first question is, what is your favorite Halloween-centric horror movie? One that either takes place on or revolves around the holiday of Halloween. Technically, that would probably be Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. I've talked about it quite a bit on the channel already, but because I've talked about it a bunch already, I am going to go with one of the runners-up this time, Trick or Treat. Just about everybody and their mom's aunt's goldfish knows about this movie already. It's directed by the amazing Michael Dougherty, who has gone on to direct movies like Krampus and Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it is kind of a horror anthology, but it weaves the stories together. I know people have kind of compared it to Pulp Fiction in that regard. The reason I love this movie is because it really encapsulates the Halloween holiday from a bunch of different perspectives. It's very childlike and child-oriented in places. You've got the adorable Sam, who is just an icon in his own right at this point, and you've got one of the segments that is very child-oriented. You've got the very dark adult side of things, both the kind of rambunctious young adult stuff in one segment, and then grumpy old man who's kind of done with Halloween in another segment. It can be very playful and immature, but also really mature and thoughtful and dark and cruel in places, and it just captures that balance of dark and light and fun and a little bit dangerous that I think just is the holiday of Halloween. And just from a storytelling perspective, it is really fun to pick out moments from the other stories during each segment just to kind of see how all of them would line up chronologically, because all of the stories are more or less taking place at the same time, or at least not in the order that they're shown. Looking for those little context clues and details in the background is really fun. The second question is, what is your favorite music score from a horror film? I love so much music, movie score and otherwise. This would be really hard for me to pick in terms of a absolute definite favorite, but my mind just keeps coming back to Suspiria. This is the gorgeous steelbook that I won from Mr. Bin of Cadaver Club, and while it comes with both the movie and the special features, it also comes with a CD of the soundtrack, which made me really happy. I actually heard the Suspiria soundtrack before I even watched the movie. I found a list somewhere online of greatest horror movie scores of all time, and one of them was Suspiria. The description they had of the score on there really intrigued me, so I pressed play and listened to some of the music, and I was just blown away by how haunting it is. That really repetitive, chimey theme, the slight folky overtones to everything mixed with the dark synthiness. It's just really repetitive and hypnotic, and it is just something that is basically a perpetual earworm. I'm never gonna forget that for the rest of my life, and thank God, because it is beautiful. Later, when I actually saw the film, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't think it lived up to what the score was. Granted, I was watching a really crappy print of the movie that didn't really show off the gorgeous color palette of the film. Later on, I actually ended up going to see Claudio Simonetti's Goblin performing the score for Suspiria live with the film playing in the background, and that really revitalized my love for the score, which I already loved, and ignited my love for the movie itself. I became a huge Argento fan in general after that, and in fact, I have a CD, Music for a Witch, which is re-recordings that Claudio Simonetti's Goblin did of a bunch of tracks from different movies that Goblin and Claudio Simonetti scored, and just other things. And I actually got this signed by the band, and it is one of my favorite things in my collection for that reason. Final question is, what is a horror film that you love that is generally not loved by most other people? My answer for this question would have to be Seed of Chucky. Just looking at it objectively next to the other Child's Play movies that I've seen, the original Child's Play and Bride of Chucky, definitely not on the same level as either of those films. Bride of Chucky is actually my favorite of the franchise, but it is just so maligned by people, and yes, the production values have gone down. Yes, there are things about it I don't like. Some of the gross out humor just does not land for me at all, and there's a certain wig that one of the characters is wearing at the end of the movie that does not look great. But the good things about the movie I love so much. It is a drastic departure from the tone of the other movies, but I think that's why I love it, because it just takes its ludicrous premise and runs with it. It is parodying a lot of domestic dramas. Don Mancini has also talked about it parodying a lot of Brian De Palma movies, as well as little nods to things like Psycho and the original Halloween. I also think some of the one-liners are just so gloriously stupid that they become really fun. I love the character of Glenn Glenda so much. They are my child now. I will defend them to the death. I don't like the pissing their pants constantly gag, but other than that, I think the whole made in Japan on their wrist that convinces them that their parents are from Japan and Glenn Glenda can speak Japanese and like knows martial arts, I think that's hilarious. And they're just a really likable, sympathetic, different, interesting character that we have not gotten in other Child's Play movies, at least not any of the other Child's Play movies that I have seen. And that's not even getting into like some of the gender politics and subtext there that I thought was really cool. I just want to hug Glenn Glenda, provided that they don't piss on me. Those are my answers for my entry into CollectorMan's 250 subscriber contest. Once again, please subscribe to him. He's a wonderful human being. I will be linking his channel below. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully I will see you in another one. Bye.